Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're here to talk about Arsenal, and specifically they've just had a new manager, and that new manager, in case you've been living under a rock, is Mikel Arteta. The former captain is now the manager of Arsenal, and he insists he is ready and calls for new energy. So right, let's just see here what he actually means by this new energy. Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta says he must change the energy at the club he feels have lost their way since he left after retiring as a player in 2016. Arteta, 37, has signed a 3.5-year contract to succeed Unai Emery, who was sacked in November. So what do I think to the appointment of Mikel Arteta at Arsenal? Will he actually be there for the 3.5-year contract, let's put it that way? I don't know. Of course, it's going to be hard. It's hard to see because this is the first time he's ever been appointed as head coach manager at any football club. I'm pretty sure he was assistant manager at Man City under Guardiola, but now he's here at Arsenal. So 3.5 years. I don't see him being there that long. I mean, we saw what happened with Unai Emery. He was going to come in, do some changes, possibly make the Sevilla of Arsenal, and Sevilla were really good back in the day. But personally, I feel as though Unai Emery, the sacking of him was too soon. I don't know. Basically, he was sacked too quick, in my opinion. He should be given another couple of years to build up, because I'm pretty sure it was Gary Neville who said it takes managers a couple of years to build up, to try and get better and better, to try and build the squad, build the energy, entice the fans, all that malarkey. So will Mikel Arteta be able to have enough time to build up that energy, that bravado, and really get the players pumped and motivated at Arsenal? I feel as though he could, because he's getting straight to the point here that there is some energy that has left the club since he retired as a player in 2016. And I'm just reading here, these are all quotes from BBC Sport on Mikel Arteta. Actually, before we get too much into Mikel Arteta, let's get into Unai Emery. The telling stats behind Arsenal manager's downfall. Unai Emery. So, let's see why he was actually sacked. I mean, we all know why, but let's get into the nitty-gritty details of it. At that point, the Gunners were 5 games without a win, which has since extended to 7, their worst run of results in 27 years. So, I mean, he's made history. Is that way of looking at it? I mean, it's not the greatest history, but he's made history. Any publicity is good publicity, I suppose. And, well, was it good? No, it just wasn't. It was bad history, bad publicity. I mean, they slipped behind Wolves, Sheffield United and Burnley. When Sheffield come up, people were predicting them to get relegated, like to also just struggle in the Prem. But I mean, they're up to 5th at the moment. They could even, if they carry on this run of form, Sheffield United, they could qualify for top 4. I mean, it's pretty mad to say that. I mean, seeing Sheffield United in the Champions League under the management of the ex-Cobblers manager. But there we are. No tactics, no formation, nowhere to hide. That's what all the Arsenal, basically, all in all, the Arsenal fans, they had enough of all the stupidity and all the bad evenings that occurred within Unai Emery's reign as Arsenal manager. Then you look at the overall win percentage at the club, which was 55%. That's only like 2% behind what Arsene Wenger's was, who managed 1,235 games over a 22-year period, and in those 22 years he was consistently qualifying for the Champions League, so he clearly knew what he was doing, whilst Emery was stuck in Europa League, but getting a pretty hefty 70% win record in Europa League, which wasn't really that, it's not really that too bad, but still it just wasn't enough for him to keep his job, and he suffered the sacking after a 2-1 defeat by Eintracht Frankfurt on Thursday in the Europa League. So let's just see it. It was always a dream of me for me, the day I made a decision to leave this football club, I said to the people that I'm going outside, I'm going to learn, get prepared, and hopefully one day come back when I feel I am ready. Now, that is actually quite an interesting thing to put, because of course he's been under he's been under the headship, I'm pretty sure is the right way of saying it, of Guardiola. He would have learned quite a lot from him, because he's won numerous amounts of trophies, so many trophies. He's won like 25, something like that in his career, his management career. Guardiola, it's pretty decent, winning a Champions League and domestic treble at both Barcelona and Bayern Munich. So Mikel Arteta has clearly picked up a lot, and I mean a lot of skills, techniques, and management ideas and perspectives from Guardiola, who is one of the best, if not the best manager currently. So, former Arsenal defender Martin Keown says Arteta has an awful lot of work to do. Well, he pretty much has. There's no two ways of putting it. I mean, you look at the squad and they are in relegation form. Like, they seriously are. I mean, it would be funny to see Arsenal in the Championship, even though they would get instantly right back up. I mean, their players are too good. Their squad is too good to be competing and, well, even losing games in the Championship. But then again, he does have a lot of hard work to do. And mainly for the captaincy of Arsenal. Like, who is genuinely, who is the captain at Arsenal? I mean, it was Granit Xhaka at one point, but with him being booed by home fans and him just telling them to do one, basically. So, in my opinion, who he should make is Ozil as captain. He should get Ozil pumped and motivated, because, well, he's on £350,000 a week. I mean, he's got to do all he can to really pump, motivate, specifically not just Ozil, but all the players, because otherwise they will get relegated, they will fail, they'll probably even perform worse than Watford, and they've had more managers and they've had wins in the Premier League, which is just ridiculous, really. So, well, just so you know about the Spaniard takes charge from Sunday, leaving Freddie Ljungberg interim charge for the trip to Everton, another of Arteta's former clubs, on Saturday. So today, basically, at 12:30, so in about 45 minutes, I mean, this video won't actually be uploaded. This will be uploaded on, like, I don't know, next Monday or Tuesday or whenever. But, okay. So Freddie Ljungberg's going to have one more reign. I mean, he's going to have quite a struggle for him at Everton. I mean, they've just had a new manager in Carlo Ancelotti, that's the one. Well, I'll just forget his name, but I think Duncan Ferguson is taking charge of that match against Arsenal. So, two interim managers going head to head in that game. Who will come out on top? I reckon it will be Everton. They will give them a 4-1 thrashing. I reckon it'll be a very good 4-1 win. So, yeah. So Arsenal currently sit 10th in the Premier League following a home defeat to Manchester City last Sunday, when Arteta was in the dugout for the visitors. And there was this one video here, which I did watch, which says, "I feel back home at Arsenal." He was talking about when he did have that trip to Arsenal, when he was working alongside Guardiola, he could almost feel and sort of emphasise with the Arsenal players of how they felt down in the dumps. They felt low. There was no motivation. They didn't feel there was any comeback. There just wasn't much going for them. And to be honest, I don't feel there was much going for us either. I mean, 3-0 is I'll take that. That's a decent result. But with the form that Arsenal have been in, I mean, it could have been 5 or 6, really. I mean, I know we've had some struggles. I mean, our defence is the equivalent to that of Swiss cheese, but still, nevertheless, that is all that. So yeah, they are in serious relegation form. Again, talking about it here. So, let's talk about that malarkey. So here's a good one. Former Arsenal goalkeeper David Seaman on BBC Radio 5 Live. He says he's a rookie manager, so that's a gamble that Arsenal have taken. but I was very impressed with his news conference and the positivity and self-confidence. It's a new start, and it's a start that I want the players to embrace as well, because the players need to have a hard look at themselves. That is so true. I mean, these players are playing as if they don't care about the club. They honestly just think, yeah, we'll just take the checks at the end of the week. Who cares if we get relegated? Yeah, we'll just make some big bucks, especially Ozil. I mean, he's laughing. He is absolutely rolling whilst doing absolutely nothing at the same time. So yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say really about that. Well, I'll say that's all I've got to say. I mean, I've just been quoting. What's my opinion? Would he last the 3.5 years? No. Will he get better? Will he have a better win percentage in however time he'll be there than Unai Emery? Yes, I can see that happening. Will he make top 4? And that's a big question. Will Mikel Arteta make top 4 for Arsenal Football Club? No, I don't even think he would make top 6. Well, he might. You know what? If he's here to the end of the season, he will make 5th, in my opinion. You know what? That's all I've got to say. Thanks for watching. If you did enjoy it, hit that like button. Why not hit subscribe? And I'll see you in a bizzle.